Good evening. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Am I audible?
Sir.
Thank you. Let's wait a couple of minutes for people to join and then we'll start the class. Any questions in the meantime on what you have studied? Any doubts? Any questions? Anybody has any doubts or any questions? No, nobody. We'll do questions today. So let's see how many of you all have clearly understood the concepts. The questions are going to be based on the concepts. Just give me a minute. 1 minute. Can you all see the question bank? Is everyone able to see the question bank? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Mahutenda, you cannot hear me. Is everyone able to hear me? Am I audible? Can you all hear me clearly? Or is there an issue with hearing me?
No, sir, it's fine from my side.
So it's fine.
Okay, so Mahutenda, it looks to be an issue with your end. You might.
So can you please expand it a little bit? Just maximize it.
I can't, because if I maximize it, then you won't be able to see the question fully. Okay, so if I zoom, you won't see the question fully.
Okay.
It gets
All right.
covered. Okay, so that's why I have to keep it at that level.
So is it fit to screen, sir? Or
Yes, it is. So let view. Yes, it is fit to screen. If I do a fit to screen, you won't be able to see the full thing. It is in a print layout. So you won't be able to see everything. So I have to leave it as it is. Okay, so let's see. Do we have everybody from the class? Are we still waiting for people? No? Okay, let's get started. Who have we got in the class? Amish, Amit, Ankita, Gaurav, Abdul, Patan, Mahutendra, Naushad, Payas, Prashant, Ramya, Shreyas, Suganyas. Okay, so let's get started. I don't want to waste too much time. I want to cover as much as possible. So we're going to do questions today. I'm going to put up the questions. How you're going to answer this? Yes, Mahutendra, it is a problem from your end. You may want to log out and log in again. You should be fine. Try logging out and log in again. You should be able to hear me. Okay. Okay, how we are going to do this question? So I'm going to put up the question there. Okay, in the chat box, you will put the question number dash and then what is your answer, your option A, B, C, D, whichever is your option. Okay, I will call upon certain people. Okay, who I will call upon their name and they can then unmute the mic and explain how they arrived at the answer, because here it is your concept. Okay, what is the reason? What is the logic for you choosing that option? Okay, so I will call upon the certain people and I'll give chance to everybody. I'll try and give chance to everybody. Please keep your mic on mute unless and until I ask you to talk. Okay, and while a classmate of yours is explaining the answer, logic behind the answer, please pay attention, because it will help you understand how to answer these questions, what the logic should be, why a person is thinking in that way, what you are thinking compared with that person's thought process or the reasoning, and you will be able to learn better. Okay, so here we go. Can you please answer the first question? Short term objectives, tactics for achieving these objectives, and operating and operational planning, that is master budget, must be congruent with what? So please put your question number and then your answer, and I will give you about 2 minutes to answer the question. Okay, I see that most of you say it is B, which is the organization's internal environment. Let me ask people who's given me the answer. Let me just have a look. Okay, now Shad, why do you say it should be B? You can unmute your mic and talk. You can explain.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. Why I choose? Because, of course, I just looking at the master budget, which is completely prepared based on the organization's internal capabilities, like strengths and weaknesses. So, to achieve the short-term objective, which means the organization must streamline
No,
its,
no, hold, stop, stop. Read the question again. It is not asking you to achieve the short term objectives. It says short term objectives, tactics for achieving these objectives, and operational planning must be congruent with what? It is not talking about achieving short term objectives. Okay, read the question again. It says short term objectives, tactics for achieving these objectives. Okay, all nothing but the method for achieving these objectives and operational planning. So there are three parts. Must be congruent. What do you mean by congruent? In line, in sync.
in mind.
Okay, in
Yes.
line with what? These three
It
should be
yeah, with the
in
internal
line.
and normal factors. Yes, it means
It,
it should be congruent with the organization abilities, which means the internal
so
strengths and
okay,
weaknesses.
it should be in line with the strengths and weaknesses. What you say? Okay.
Yeah.
So who else has got the answer? Let me just have a look. Okay, Amrish, you have said D. Why do
Yes,
you
sir.
think it should be D?
Yeah, so I mean, I read this as a short-term objective, which
Hmm.
should be. I mean, I'm just leaving this master budget part apart. So I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So if I read this short-term objectives, tactics for achieving these objectives, it should be always in line with the strategic plan or maybe long-term strategic goals. So for example, that okay, as a company, what I want to achieve as a maybe vision, and then what objective I am making to get that vision done.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So the correct answer is D. See here, see you need to read the question carefully now, Shad. Okay, it says must be congruent with what? So it should be aligned to what is what the question is asking. So your short-term objectives, should it be aligned to your internal environment?
Yes, I know. Yes, yes, I made a mistake by reading the
Yes,
question without careful. Yes,
yes.
yes,
So
absolutely
that
right.
is
Yes,
why, yeah. So
yes,
please make sure you read your question carefully, especially the word problems. These are called as word problems. theory questions. Whenever you study a theory topic, most of the questions will be word problems. They will not be numerical calculations. They will mostly be word problems. So
Okay.
the best way to read these questions or to analyze these questions is read the question along with the first option. Read the question along with the second option. So read short-term objectives, tactics for achieving these objectives and operational planning must be congruent with the organization's external environment, must be congruent with the organization's internal environment, must be congruent with the organization's performance evaluation and incentive, or should it be congruent with the strategic plan? So when you say congruent, it means aligned.
Yeah.
Samad, congruent means aligned. Okay, in line with. Okay, it is aligned. It is in line with what? It should be in line with the organization's strategic plan and long-term strategic goals. Because in accordance, yes, in accordance with what? Okay, it should be aligned to the company's strategic plan. So you have to read the question carefully before you answer. Make sure that you read the question, understand what the question is asking you before you answer. That goes for everybody who told B as the answer. Okay, that goes for everyone who said B as the answer. You need to understand what the question is asking you. It is not talking about the short-term objectives, achieving the short-term objectives. It is talking about all of these should be in line with what? That is the question, not achieving a short-term objective. Okay. So question number 2. Now, if you look question number 2, it has got not in bold. Okay. Which of the following is not a characteristic of successful strategic planning? Okay. So out of the 4 options, one of them will be correct. The others will be characteristics of successful strategic planning. One of them will not be. Okay. These are called as null questions. Okay, wherever you have not, these are usually called as null questions. So you need to find out something which is not in line with strategic planning, successful strategic planning. Okay, which is not a part of successful strategic planning. So one of them will be the correct answer. The other 3 will be, the wrong answers. But in terms of successful planning, they are correct. So you need to read the question carefully and then answer. So please answer question number 2 now. Everybody in the class, please participate, because these questions are sourced from different places, from different uh, content providers. So it will give you a lot of practice if you involve yourself, answer these questions in the class, because it will help you to understand how to answer the questions. Okay, question number 2, answers please. Please put the question number, because if not, I will not know what are you answering for. For which question are you answering? Are you answering for the previous question or the next question? Please put the question number and then answer. Question number dash and your answer. You can just put 2 dash B or question 2 dash B, whatever is comfortable. Please put the question number. Okay. So let's ask somebody. Okay. Ankita, why do you think it should be B?
Yes, sir. For a successful plan, we should actually review and update periodically according to the changes. I mean, external or internal.
Okay. So it is a characteristic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reviewing it is. So the question is asking you what is not a characteristic.
Sir, it's not on point B. It is mentioned it should be created in such a way that it does not need to be. Ideally, strategic plan should be reviewed and updated periodically.
Why should it be reviewed and updated periodically?
If just to accommodate the any changes, could be any contingency changes or external internal changes. To accommodate those changes, it should be reviewed and updated if required.
Okay. Right. So what? Let's look at the options. So the first option is strategic plan is based on realities in the environment, both external and internal. It's true, isn't it? It's a characteristic of a successful strategic plan, which is based on realities. Okay. The strategic plan should be created in such a way that it does not need to be reviewed and updated periodically. Okay. So let's keep that in pending. I want to read the other options. The strategic plan is based on a clear statement of the organization's vision and mission. So is that a characteristic of a successful strategic plan? Yes. The strategic plan serves as a reference point for decision making in the organization. Yes. Okay. The strategic plan should be created in such a way that it does not need to be reviewed and updated periodically. Strategic plan should be created in such a way is to be reviewed and updated periodically. Yes. So B is the correct answer. Yes. The strategic plan should be created in such a way that it does not need to be reviewed and updated periodically. Okay. So that's the right answer. So most of you got that correct. Anybody got a different answer for that? Okay. No, most of you have said B, so that's the right answer. So let's go to question number 3. Which of the following statements concerning a successful strategic plan is not correct? Okay. Which of the following statements concerning a successful strategic plan is not correct? Okay, so I've got one person who's answered. How about the others? Abdul Samad, why should it be C?
Yes, sir. So because strategy plan, we make goals first, then we make the objectives. So based on that, the C1 it is saying first we make the objective, then achieve the goals.
No, it
So it
says
is saying
a strategic plan includes, it does not tell you you make the objectives first. It says it
includes.
includes objectives that provide details or actions needed to achieve the goals. It is not telling you that you make the objectives first, isn't it? Does it say you prepare the objectives first? No, it says it only includes. That means objectives are a part of, making a plan on you to achieve the goals. That is what it is
Yes.
telling you. So why should it be C? Why should it be C?
Yes, sir, because through these objectives,
Hmm.
through goals, we make objectives.
No,
But-
you don't.
Sorry. Through object goals, objectives, we make goals.
So what did I
Very
explain to you?
interesting.
Objectives are the actions which help you achieve the
Actions.
goals.
The goals,
Right?
yes, sir.
The,
Yes.
the strategic plan includes objectives. So it includes the actions that are needed. Okay. Includes actions that are needed to achieve the goals. So the statement is correct, isn't it?
Yeah, this.
And the question is asking you what is not correct.
I switched my D1.
D. Why should it be D? Why
Includes
should it
goals,
be D?
provide details.
Why should it be D?
Because goals are achieved through objectives.
Okay, if goals are achieved through objectives,
No, we make objectives. I'm getting confused here.
this is how your exam questions are going to be. That is why I told you, read the question and the options carefully, because this is exactly how your exam questions are going to be. They will be so close to each other that you will get confused. Right? So just give me a minute. Who else has answered? I want to see. Santosh, why do you think it should be D?
Sir, as per me, I believe, in order to reach an objective, we set up multiple goals. So, if an objective has to be reached, right, we have plan A, plan B, and those are the goals wherein slow by slow, like when you are able to cover one or the other goal, you finally reach to the objective. But here in the option D, which is saying, like you're including goals, but then actions needed to achieve your objectives, which is, I feel like, objective has to be set first, then you can actually goals can be
Is it the objective which
customized
has
or
to be set
tailored.
first, or is it the goal which has to be set first?
I feel, sir, objective has to be set first.
Okay, right.
Because if a strategic, that's the objective, right? If a strategic decision has been made, that's the objective. And in order to meet that objective, you break it into multiple goals.
Okay. Obaid, why do you think it should be D? Are you okay for me to call you Obaid?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I-
sir. No problem. No problem,
Because
sir.
I've,
No
I've
problem.
got multiple people with the similar name, so I will call you Obaid just for the easier, whom I'm addressing. So why do you think it should be
Yes.
D?
Sir, because your goals always can be achieved through passing through your objectives. So goal cannot become first after you can go to the objectives. So through
Yes.
the objective, you can achieve your goals.
Yes. So people who attended my class, I told you that objectives are actions made or taken to achieve your goals. Okay. People who attended my class will remember this. I told you objectives are nothing but actions taken to achieve your goal. So option D tells you a successful strategy plan includes goals that provide actions. So does the goal provide the action, or is it the objective which provides the action? It's the objective which provides the action to achieve the goal. So in D, it is telling you that the goal provides the action to achieve your objective. That's incorrect. Okay. So that is what is the right answer, because the question is asking you which of them is not correct. So D is not correct, because objectives provide you the action to achieve your goals, not the goals which provide you the action to achieve your objectives. Right? So D is the correct answer. Did everyone understand? Any questions on that? Any doubts? Santosh, did you understand? It is the other way around. It is not how you mentioned.
Or sir, you may say, or you may say that D is not the correct answer.
Yes, D is not the correct answer. But for you to choose the correct wrong answer, that is the correct one.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
you
sir, the
need,
reason for confusion was that they are closely giving
yes,
the sense. Yeah.
yes. Sorry, who is that asking me that question?
Amresh here. So no, not a question, just a
Amrish.
statement here, sir.
Yes,
That
yes.
okay, they are closely
Amrish,
relating to each other.
Amrish, this is exactly how your exam questions are going to be. This is exactly how your exam questions are going to be. They will be so close. And remember, when you're writing your exam, you will be under the time pressure. You have to complete 100 MCQs in 3 hours. You're under the time pressure. This is how the exam is going to be.
Yeah, and more than answering the questions, sir, I mean, the first thing which I noticed, at least for these 3 questions, that okay, we need to really be careful while reading the question.
Yes,
Where the
you
not
have
was
to be.
there
Yes,
earlier, and which I
correct.
couldn't pick up. Yeah.
Right. See, before I started, I told you all very clearly, please read the question carefully. Why did I tell that? It is because it is important for you to read the question carefully and understand the question. Okay. Samad, what is it that you did not understand?
Oh, sir, I understood. You asked the
You
second
understood?
question. Like, yeah, I understood. No, sir, it
Okay,
was the
because
second one.
you
No,
you have written
I tried.
no, sir. You have written, that is why.
No, it's okay. I understand, sir.
Okay.
I got it.
So
Yeah.
you need to read the question carefully, understand the question, read the options also carefully. Don't be in a hurry. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, Abed, no issues. You can go ahead. Okay, let's go to question number 4. Okay. Which of the following statements concerning an accounting firm's mission is correct? Now it is asking you which of the following statements about an accounting firm's mission is correct. So out of 4, 3 are wrong. Only 1 will be correct. So you need to tell me which is correct. Read the question carefully and then answer. Gaurav, why do you think it should be C? What's the reason for it to be C?
So, so mission statement provides the context, where the strategies are formulated, and we can quantify that, our mission statement. So that's the reason I chosen B.
Okay.
C, because it helps in to make decision whether if the mission is required to achieve a landmark of, let's say, $10 million. So whether we have resources or not, if there is lack of resources, then we can have set up a line of credit for that. So that is the thinking behind.
Okay.
taking C.
Right. Rizwan, why should it be A? Rizwan, why should it be A?
Firm's mission is looking at a uh, long-term approach. Now, if they are making a decision, like a management is making a decision to diversify from cost analysis services to offering IT and system solutions for long-term solutions they are providing. So, and that is done by the top management. The others, what I can see is operational, which is more like budgeting needs. So I think
Yes.
it's A.
Yes, your answer is absolutely right. Your logic is also correct. So let's go through the logic, to go through all the options one by one. Okay. So let's look at the wrong options first, which is option B. It can help it to make decision whether to use a different software package to handle client billings. Okay. So is anybody going to be bothered about how I'm going to handle the client billings? Whether I use, A software or B software, does it going to make a difference so long as I'm billing the client correctly?
So it shouldn't be said. I mean, the B is pretty much not at all, because this is the
Not at all.
approach which yeah, this is the
Yes,
approach
right?
which this particular company to take forward.
Yes. Let's look at option C. It can help it to make a decision whether to set up a line of credit. Do you all know what a line of credit is? Do you all know what a line of credit is?
The loans, sir.
Yes. Line of credit basically means setting up or taking a loan. Okay. Do you think a company's mission statement is going to help you take a line of credit? Help you take
No.
a decision whether you should borrow or not? That is an operational need, isn't it? If there's a need to take a loan, you will take a loan. If there's no need to take a loan, you will not take a loan. That's an operational need. Okay. It can help it to make a decision whether to sponsor a local sports team. As the company's mission got anything to with sponsoring a local team? Nothing. It is not at all related even to the company's business line of business. So that leaves A. It can help it make a decision whether to diversify from providing only cost analysis services to also offering IT system installations. Now, if the company's mission is to be a diversified company, okay, if the company's mission is to diversified company, so it started off with cost analysis. Now it needs to make a decision whether it should offer IT system installations or not. So is that related to diversification? Yes. Is that related to the company's mission of being a diversified company? Yes. So which of the following statements concerning an accounting firm's mission is correct? That is the correct answer. A. Clear? Everybody understood? Prashant, did you understand why it cannot be B? Amrish, did you understand why it cannot be C?
So I have one question. If it says
Yes.
instead of mission, if it would be vision, then also A would be the right answer.
Yes. Yes. Vision and mission are most very closely interlinked. I have told you this earlier also. Okay. Vision and mission are interchangeably used, very closely linked. So it would still, that would be the answer. Okay. Because the vision is to be a diversified company, to be a well diversified company, not dependent on one business. Okay. Jasprit, did you understand the answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everybody clear? Shall we move on to the next question? Which of the following is true of a functional strategy? Again, please read the question carefully before you answer. Others, anybody else wants to answer? Suganya, I don't see you participating. Ramya, I don't see you participating. Payas, Mirza, Marutendra, I don't see you all participating in the class. Amit, both the Amits. Amish, why do you think it should be B? Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, I mean,
Can't hear you.
when I read functional strategy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Hello.
I lost you again.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead, Amit. Amish, I can
sorry.
hear you now.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So when I
Yes,
read
I can.
functional
No, Amish,
strategy,
there's
I
some
read
issue.
it.
You're fading in and out. I can hear 2 words and then you disappear.
I'm so sorry,
If you're
sir.
using a Bluetooth,
Is it
I would advise you not to
better
use Bluetooth because
now?
Bluetooth connect. Yes, it is better now. Please go ahead.
Okay. So when I read
Hello,
processes,
you're
which
gone.
helps.
We'll come back to you, Amish. No, you're fading in and out. I can't hear you. I can hear 2 words and then you are gone.
I just wrote this in the chat window, sir. Why I chose this? Not sure if still you can hear me.
Yeah,
So the I
yeah, I
mean
can hear you now. Now you're clear.
yeah, so I read this functional strategy as activities and processes which helps the organization maximize its competitive position.
Why can't it be anything else?
It cannot, I mean, if I read the first one, which defines organizational values, so functional strategy cannot define the organizational values. So this will be more on the the other question which we led. I mean, that's diversified approach can help on that on maybe a point number A. If I read C, it determines
Okay,
how. Should I go ahead?
It determines. Yes, it determines how.
Yeah, it determines how organizational resources will be allocated. So this is not a part of functional strategy, but the planning strategy, which we call it resource allocation or so. And the third one, which is it centers on identifying and building key resources. This is again part of career development or maybe career strategy and so. So that's how I segregated and chose B.
Okay. Okay. So just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Please bear with me.
Sure.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Where did it go? Okay, can you all see the PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is a functional level strategy? It is a functional level strategy that developed to improve company's effectiveness or company's operations. Improved effectiveness of operations improves the company's ability to achieve superior efficiency, quality, innovation, and customer responsiveness. Now look at the options. What are the options? It defines activities and processes to help the organization maximize its competitive position. So we saw that where does the competitive position come from? By achieving superior effectiveness, efficiency, quality, innovation, and customer responsiveness. We saw this, isn't it? Where's that chart? See, it gives you a competitive advantage. Ultimately, these give you a competitive advantage. It gives you higher profitability and gives you a competitive advantage, right? So if you look at the options, it defines an organization's values? Definitely not. Okay. It determines how an organization's resources will be allocated among firms, businesses? No. Okay. It centers on identifying and building key resources? No, because it has already been built. Key resources have already been built when you decide at an organizational strategy. Okay, what kind of an organization are you going to have? Is it going to be a lean organization? What are the resources you're going to deploy where? That's an organizational strategy. Okay, so a functional strategy is defines activities and processes that helps organization maximizes competitive position. So think of it like this. Okay, so you have a finance department. Okay, and in the finance department, you have decided that you are going to cut cost. Okay, you want to reduce the cost for the entire business by 5%. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It's a function. Function is the finance function. Now you have taken an activity, okay, or you have done a action which helps you to cut the cost of the entire organization by 5%. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to cut your cost by 5%? Why? Can anyone answer? Anybody?
So,
Anybody?
if I can say, Amrish here. So,
Yes.
just to achieve the organizational like budget goal. I mean, again, I mean the goal, and then further it is coming from different divisions or so like a cost optimization. It will be part of.
Yes, but why do you want to cost optimize?
Yeah. So at least to I mean get more profit in terms of that. Okay, alignment.
Okay, so think of it this way. So you have Hindustan Unilever, okay, which manufactures so many products. Now it has a cost of $100,000 to manufacture those one particular product. Okay, and the finance department says, okay, we need to cut cost by 5%. Why do you think the finance department says it needs to cut cost by 5%?
So I mean, they are not meeting the, maybe they are not in sync with the cost objectives. For example, as a division, maybe HUL. Let's take an example that okay, for one of the division they are not meeting the target, or maybe they are overspending. Okay, so
Okay.
how are they then they will target to reduce the cost by 5% down, and then they will
Okay.
try to
Why-
in line with the organizational cost.
Yeah, why do you need to have a cost objective? So what is the reason you need to have the cost objective in the first place?
So I mean,
Your selling price gets reduced, sir, and then you can
Sorry?
have your profit more. To reduce the
Sorry?
selling price,
Reduce the selling price. Why do you need to reduce the selling price?
to be
increase the
competitive.
market, sir. Yeah.
To
Yes, you want to be competitive. You want to be competitive, isn't it? So that is the aim. It defines activities and process to help the organization maximize its competitive position.
Yeah.
So a functional strategy helps you maximize the organization's competitive position. When the finance department comes and tells you reduce the cost by 5%, it is because they want to be competitive in the market, right? They want to be able to survive in the market. When the competitor is able to sell below their price, and you're not able to sell, that means you're not achieving your goal. You're not able to sell your product. You're not able to make your profit. Why are you not able to make your profit? Because you're not being competitive in the market, right? So the aim of the aim of the organization, the aim of the functional strategy is to meet the objective. So take another example. Okay, take another example. Take the HR department. Okay, why do you want to hire only qualified engineers in your department? Why don't you hire somebody who has no knowledge of coding in an IT company, somebody who has no knowledge of coding? Why will you not hire that person? Why will you hire only a qualified engineer?
Yeah, so at least they can be productive from the day one.
Is it only being productive?
Not, I mean, not only productive, but they could be, I mean, they can be competitive as well, based on
How
the
can they be
like,
competitive? How do you understand the word competitive when you hire a qualified engineer in an IT department?
yeah. So for example, that if existing resources are already there who are maybe that good or maybe best in the coding or somewhere. So
Let me
yes,
give you
I mean,
let me give you an example. Okay, you are setting up a new company. Okay. Now you need to hire people for them to work for you. You have two options. Okay. You hire a qualified, uh, person who's an engineer who knows coding. That's one option. Or you hire, let's say, a 12th standard pass out or just graduate, a BCom guy who can work for you. Now, who will you hire and why?
Obviously, the guy who really suits the requirement in this
Why?
case, the
Why?
engineer. So
Why can't you hire the guy who has a BCom?
the first thing is that he will be like, he can develop the better product.
How can you say that? Even a BCom guy can develop a better product.
But again, if we talk about the engineering background, we cannot complete engineering background with the BCom guy.
Who told you
That's
that?
what
There are people
Sir,
who are
but if he
better than
has,
engineers.
if a BCom has experience, based on experience, then we
Hmm.
can hire him.
I told you a guy who's fresh BCom. I never said he's
Fresh
got an
BCom.
experience.
Experience,
Yes.
okay, fine.
So
Why
in
will you
this
not
case,
hire him?
that's where I picked it from. So if it is a fresher, then probably we will prioritize the one who has some
Even
knowledge.
that engineer is a fresher. Okay, both are freshers. Engineer is also a fresher. BCom is also a fresher.
So I mean, the engineer again bring some of the potential knowledge of what to be expected or what to be delivered. But again, from the
Yes.
BCom perspective, it will not.
Yes. So what happens is when you hire a BCom guy, for example, you have to train him first, right? How to code, how to write a code, what is the method of writing a code, what are codes. You'll have to train him first, right? When you have to train him, is your cost going up or is it not going up?
Obviously, it will shoot up, sir.
It will shoot up.
For
So
the
will you have
training and all.
yes, will you have a competitive advantage then? Will you have a competitive
No.
advantage? You will not.
No.
Now you hire an engineer who knows the basics of it. So compare the training you have to give to a BCom guy versus the training you have to give to a engineer. Who will you have to give more training?
BCom guy.
So who's more cost effective?
Engineer.
So you will hire an engineer. That is the reason you will hire an engineer. So that's why a functional strategy defines activities and processes. So these are the activities and processes that help the organization maximize its competitive position or competitive advantage. Okay. Okay. Which of the following correctly describes a cost leadership strategy in a framework of Porter's generic strategies? So you know the Porter's five laws, the Porter's 5 rules. In that, which of the following describes a cost leadership strategy? Question number 6. Option D is not visible. Okay. If I put option D, then you lose the question. Okay. So whatever I'm giving you, a lot of them are exam type questions. Practically, these are the kind of questions you will get in your exam. It's a good practice for you to make an effort to answer these questions. You will understand where and how your logic has to be. Answers, please. Read the question carefully. Anybody else? Only 2 people have answered. Time up. 2 minutes up. In your exam, your average time to answer a question is 1 minute 48 seconds. Yes, please. Why is it A?
So, like I'm confused in A and B. Like it basically focus on cost minimization. So, I think A
Okay.
is like should go with it.
Okay. So what do you think B is talking about?
Differentiation, like some kind of innovation, so that the brand
Innovation
is.
means, yeah, innovation is bringing new products, introducing new products in the market, right? Product innovation is talking about new products in the market. What do you think C and D is talking about? What do you think C and D is talking about? See, if you read all the options, okay, the first 2 lines is what makes a difference for you. Okay? Under option A, B, C, and D, if you read the first 2 lines, that is what makes a difference for you. What is C talking about?
Unique features and benefits.
So when you talk about unique features, what are you talking about?
Again, some kind of differentiation.
Yes, it is talking about product differentiation, right? In the first, in B, it is talking about introducing new products. In C and D, it is talking about product differentiation. How is your product different from your competitor's product? Right? That is what it is talking about. The question is about cost leadership. Okay. So C and D is straight away eliminated. It is not relevant because it is talking about product differentiation. See, read the first line. It says the strategy focuses on product or services with unique features or benefits to customer. In general, these products inspire higher levels of brand loyalty in customer. Okay. Unique features or benefits. Again, D, if you read, the strategy focuses on product or services with unique features. Okay. What is A and B telling you? The strategy focuses on organization ability to
sorry to
sell
stop,
high.
sir.
Just hold on, please. Just hold on. A and B talks about the strategy focuses on organizations' ability to sell high volume of lower cost products. And both question as well as A and B are talking about cost. So A and B are the 2 relevant ones. Now you need to choose between A and B. Okay. So if you look at B, if you read further in B, it says high volume of low cost products or services. In order to be able to implement the strategy, the organization should have high levels of productivity and efficiency, as well as access to extensive distribution resources. In order to support the strategy, the organization must foster continuous product innovation and improvement through investment in research and development. If you are going to invest money in research and development, there is a cost. Okay. and must effectively market innovation of product. So are you going to market, when you market innovation of product, what are you marketing? You're marketing your new product, okay, something which is different from the market. It is not a cost strategy. So let's look at A now. A says the strategy focuses on organization's ability to sell high volume of lower cost products or services. In order to be able to implement the strategy, the organization should have high levels of productivity and efficiency. Yes, that will bring down the cost, as well as access to extensive distribution resources. If you have a high distribution resources, then you will be able to sell cheaper. Additional factors affecting the successful implementation of this strategy include proprietary production technology. When we talked about proprietary production technology, that is a barrier to entry of competition. When it is a barrier to entry of competition, you can maximize your profits and have a competitive advantage. Control of low cost production inputs. When you're able to control your raw material, your labor, and keep it low, that means you're cost effective. And access to low cost finance capital. Low cost finance capital is nothing but being able to arrange money as and when needed, either at low rate of interest or absolutely no rate of interest. Okay, so that is the most effective strategy when it comes to cost leadership. The second one talks about innovation of a product. Okay, and effectively market innovation of a product to maintain the brand. You're not talking about maintaining a brand, you're not talking about being innovative, you're talking about being cost cheapest in the market. And when you're talking about being cheapest in the market, the first one fits it more correctly, because if you have low cost of inputs, you will be successful. If you have a proprietary production technology, you will be successful, because your competitor cannot copy the technology to produce at a cheap cost. If you have a vast distribution network, then obviously you're going to be successful to be able to sell cheap, because your distribution network is already established compared to a competitor who wants to establish a distribution network. Okay, so these are the main, and along with it, cheap capital, low cost of capital. Jasprit, your answer was right, but did you understand the logic?
Yes, sir.
Right? Did everyone
Thank you.
understand the logic? Somebody had a question now. Please ask me the question. What is your question?
Yes, sir. I mean, now it's clear on the A is the correct answer. Probably why C doesn't fit there, sir?
C is talking about a strategy which focuses on unique features. Okay. When you have unique features, will you sell your product for a cheaper price?
No. Yeah.
So how will that strategy fit?
Yeah. So this will add up more cost, and then in the
It is
question,
not about, it might not add up cost, but if you have a product which has unique features, will you
will be
capitalize on
costly.
that, or will you not capitalize on that? Will you capitalize on the ability to give a product which has unique features? Will you take advantage of that, or will you not take advantage of that?
Obviously, will take some.
That is, isn't it? So that is not a strategy. So when you're giving something which has unique features, will you sell it cheap? You will take
No.
advantage of that, isn't it? You will charge a little bit more, isn't it?
Yeah. Clear.
Clear? Everybody understood the logic? Everybody understood the correct answer? Anybody who still got doubts on this? Good. I repeatedly keep telling you, these are all exam type questions, and it's very difficult to answer word problems, because you have to think the reason behind
Sir,
it, the logic. Yes.
sir,
Yes.
we taken out B because
No.
here there
I
is a
took out
point.
C. I took out C and D first. Okay, because
Yes,
they both are talking about product differentiation.
which I
Okay.
understand, sir. Which I understand.
Right. Then I took out
I'm
B because B is talking about marketing innovative product and maintaining brand. Is the question talking about maintaining a brand and being innovative in the market?
no, sir.
It is talking about cost leadership.
And secondly, the investment in research development as well.
Even the first part has the research and development. See, it has it has proprietary production technology. Even the investment is there, but then it is better. Okay, why? Because when you have a proprietary, what do you mean by proprietary? Production technology. That means it is patented. It is copyrighted. Nobody can use that technology.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So that gives you an advantage in being cost effective. If somebody else wants to use, they have to pay you royalty. They have to pay you, royalty to use the technology, right? So their cost
Right,
will be
sir.
more. Do you
Right, sir.
understand that?
Right, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody's questions answered. Anybody has any questions? Can I move on? Can I move to the next question? Okay. Okay. Question number 7. Take it as homework. Take a screenshot. That's your homework. Question number 7. It's simple. It's not very difficult. Please take a screenshot. That's your homework. Please confirm after you have taken a screenshot.
Done, sir. Done.
Done?
Done.
Okay. Question number 8. Again, homework. Take a screenshot. Done? Everybody done with
Yes, sir.
question number 8?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Answer question number 9. Answer question number 9. It's a very easy to get confused in this. This is something you may or may not be able to relate to, but it is a very fine difference. The difference is very, very fine. Okay, so I've got a few answers. Let's see. Gaurav, why should it be B?
So I chosen B. Reason being, uh, strategy formulation is basically the implementation of strategies, and
No,
it's a part of that.
no. Strategic formulation is not implementation. That is strategic implementation.
Okay.
Strategy formulation is not strategic implementation. They are not both one and the same. They are different. Strategic formulation is different and strategic implementation is different. If you go back here, I will show you. See, formulate strategies, develop and implement chosen strategies. They are two different things.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, they are not the same. So why should it be B? Okay. Obeyed, why should it be A? If you are you back? Are you able to answer?
Yes, sir. Strategic planning address how to implement business strategies, whereas strategy formulation result in new strategies.
So how is it different? How is it different?
So formulation comes after the strategic planning.
Okay, but the question is, how is strategic planning different from strategic formulation? Santosh, why should it be D?
So, formulation is to identify, the opportunities, limitations. So the entire analysis has to be done based on the formulation category, and then the planning is wherein you like define, or on a broader way, like the organizational strengths and weaknesses. But once a planning is set, basically how it has to implement is the formulation stage, and the formulation stage we generally make use of our weaknesses, opportunities, and limitations, and then you formulate. So
Okay, so
that's
tell me
how
one
they
thing. So when you
yeah.
formulate a strategy, okay, when you formulate a strategy, are you not considering your internal strengths and weaknesses when you formulate a strategy?
And the limitations and threats, basically they would be covered, sir.
So,
But
but your
generally
strengths and weaknesses you will not cover.
no, while planning itself, that's the major area wherein we focus with the internal ones. But then once the planning has defined, while implementing or while formulating, we only look for the external ones.
Okay, so what do you mean by formulating?
Mm, mix multiple things and try to you reach to that objective. If a strategy has been planned, how do we reach out is the formulation process.
Okay, then what is implementation? You just now said implementation.
Once the formulation has been done, so then probably it's an implementation. So because you have the plan, complete steps how to it has to be done, but before to derive those steps, it's a formulation has to be in place.
Okay, so when you do a formulation, are you not going to consider your threats and opportunities within your organization?
I think, sir, because anyways, planning is covering the internal and everything. So based on the decision has been proposed, or maybe they have come.
When you talk about strategy, it includes everything. It is all encompassing. Okay. Strategy is all encompassing. It takes into account everything: internal, external, business, non-business, industry, country. Sorry. Who's that, please?
Venkatram here.
Yes, sir. Can you please keep your mic on mute? I will come back to you. I will come back to you in a minute.
Okay.
Strategy includes everything. It includes your environment, the country in which you operate, the environment in you operate, the economy in which you operate. It includes everything. It is all encompassing. So when you say it is included in planning, that is incorrect. Right? Prashant, did you understand? Was it Prashant I was talking to? I got interrupted. Santosh, sorry. Santosh, I was talking to you. Okay. Yes. Sorry. So strategy includes all encompassing. Okay, now understand the difference between planning and formulation. Okay, what is planning? What is strategy planning?
So in strategy planning, we're talking about like the process.
What process?
Process of achieving that, to put in
Can you be a
force.
little bit more specific?
Like strategy formulation, even if we don't go that deeper, the formulation means like conceiving something.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Sir, can you please keep your mic on mute?
Yeah.
It's disturbing the class. Sorry, who was answering that question, please? Can you go ahead? Who was that answering the question?
Jaspreet.
Yes, Jaspreet, go ahead. You are. Can you be a little bit more detailed? When you are almost there, you are 90% there.
So for achieving any kind of goal or something, we need to formulate a strategy first of all. So that's the basic first step. And
Okay.
to you know, to achieve that, like to go into those sprints, we need to make a process, a kind of planning. We need to plan
Correct.
how to like
Yes.
move ahead in that
Yes.
particular direction. So like
Yes.
its formulation is like conceiving an idea, like
Yes.
what we want to achieve, and then how we want to achieve is a strategic planning.
Absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head, Jaspreet. Perfect. Strategic formulation, okay, is conceiving, you're formulating, you are designing. First step, conceiving, designing, formulating, first step. Okay, that is strategic formulation. Strategic planning, okay, how do I now put that idea which I got, or the strategy which I designed, which I conceived, how do I put it into action? That is strategic planning. How am I going to go about achieving the strategy? That is strategic planning. Strategic formulation is creating the strategy, designing the strategy. Okay. Santosh, understood the difference now?
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear? Did everybody understand that difference between formulating and
No, sir. If you
planning?
could repeat, please.
Yes. Who's that? Who wants that answer?
Amrish.
Amish. What is formulation? What do you understand by the word formulation? It is creating, okay? Formulating an idea, designing, creating an idea. That's the first step, okay? What is planning? You already have something, okay? You already have something. How are you going to go about executing that idea is planning, okay?
Okay.
So,
So, I mean, just to summarize, sir, so creating idea will be formulation, and how to achieve that idea will be
how
part
to
of a
put it
strategy.
into action, how to put
Okay.
it into action, okay? That is planning. So let me give you an example, okay? My strategy is to be cheapest in the market. That is a formulation, okay? Creating the strategy of being cheapest in the market. Now, how am I going to be the cheapest? I'm going to plan that I need to buy my raw materials at the cheapest rate. I need to buy my finances has to be at the lowest cost. Okay. I should be able to sell my products immediately without storing it so that I don't have an inventory cost. That is planning. And now I'm planning how am I going to be the cheapest in the market, right? So that is strategic planning. Did you understand the difference?
Yes, sir. Clear enough.
Clear? Did
Clear.
everybody understand the difference between strategic planning and strategic formulation? So let's look at the options. Okay. So option D talks about identifying external opportunities, limitations, and threats, whereas strategic planning identifies internal factors. It is wrong because strategy identifies both internal as well as external. If you look at this, we talk about strategic planning. There are 5 steps. Okay. External, internal, everything is included in strategy. Okay. It includes formulation and implementation. It's everything, not only about internal or external, it is about everything, right? So similarly, C also talks only about 2 things. Strategy formulation identifies opportunities, threats in short term. Strategy can never be short term. Strategy is always long term. Okay. Whereas strategic planning continually reevaluates. Strategy is long term. It is not short term. We are always talking about long term. So what is B? Strategy formulation develops designs to implement strategies and achieve the goals, where strategic planning creates strategies. No. Okay. Strategic formulation creates strategies. Okay. And strategic planning helps or designs, methods to implement those strategies. So it's the other way around. So A is the right answer. Everybody clear on this? Any questions, any doubts?
Or you may say that the action to achieve your strategic planning. For through strategy formulation, you create the Strategy
strategy.
and through, yes, and through
Yes.
the action you can achieve your strategic
No,
planning.
action is implementation. Action is implementation. You need to be clear on the terminology. Action is implementation. We are
Okay,
talking
sir.
about, we are talking about planning. How do I put it into action? Okay, that is planning.
Okay, sir.
So if you have a strategy, can you just go ahead and implement the strategy without even thinking anything?
No,
Can you
sir.
go ahead and you will plan, isn't it? How are you going to go about
Yes,
implementing the strategy? So that is planning.
yes, sir.
Implementation is
Oh,
actual action. Okay,
okay, sir. Okay, okay, got
clear,
it. Clear,
right?
clear, sir. Clear.
Let's look at one more question. Okay. Question number 11. Question number 11. Question number 11. Answers. Ankita, why should it be C?
Because the consumers are like price sensitive. If we invest in research and development, it can increase the price.
Okay. So why not the others?
So I was confused between C and D, but in D they are saying that the consumers who are identified as the early adopters of technology, but it's not necessary. If they are early adopters of technology, they don't want any further upgradation.
Okay.
And in C we have economic slump, so price sensitivity is a issue. I mean, it should be focused on.
Okay. Naushad, why do you think it is C?
Yes, sir. I think the C, due to an economic slump, Juno's target customers are becoming increasingly price sensitive. What I'm thinking is that a firm, investing more on research and development, which means they want to differentiate. If economic slump is there and customers are becoming price sensitive, then there is no point of investing more cost on the research and development. So I think that substantiates the the argument of Melanie, I think, saying that this is a weakness right now.
Right. Rizwan, why do you think it should be C?
So I feel, sir, because number one, sir, when I see all the options over there, so Marina Harris is a marketing manager. What she will refer to is more about the market sensitivity of the market. So what I feel is the first one, it talks about legal aspects of the phone. I don't think so. She might be more interested. She'll be more interested about telling about the markets, about how the market is. So I feel that price sensitivity is more likely to be that, because the first two options is more likely about the high growth. It doesn't make any first one doesn't make any sense because she's a marketing manager. I don't think so. She'll be talking about the legal environment. What she'll be more interested in, the economic slump or the bulk early adopters. Now, early adopters in technology usually is not the key aspect. I feel that economic slump due to price sensitivity is more into effect, because people are becoming most price sensitive when there's a slump in the market.
Okay.
So I feel that.
Yes, Santosh, you want to add something?
Yes, sir. So to Rizwan's word and the Rizwan's concept, I completely, like have the same point. But additionally, I just want to something add is like, as the company is manufacturing high-end products, right, and they are into, cutting-edge research, wherein most of the investment or most of the pricing comes into factor is like it goes into R&D. And
Thank you. Thank you. That was the answer I was looking for. So you rightly mentioned cutting edge products. So if you read the sentence, it says Andrew Hudson, a vice president of the company, lists the company's cutting edge research and development division as a strength as it helps the company design premium products of high quality. Premium. Yes, go ahead, Santosh.
So, as Melanie being the marketing manager, she understands the pulse of the customers, and because of this economic slump and the cost of R&D increases the price. So I feel like point C is very relevant to her support.
Yes, you are right. So think about it. Okay, you have lost your job. Okay, there is an economic slump. When you say economic slump, obviously there's a job loss. There's pay cuts and everything. In such a situation, will you opt to buy a premium product? Will you go to buy a premium product?
No, sir.
You will not. You will think about it, isn't it? Because you're now price sensitive. You will think about spending that much money for a premium product. And premium products are always priced high. You know that, right? So let's say you need to buy a watch. You can buy a Titan watch, which does your work, which costs you about 2,000. Or you can go and buy, a Vado watch, which costs you about a few lakhs. Okay. When there is an economic slump, when there is, as it is, there is unemployment, there is pay cuts, the economy is struggling, you have a risk of losing your job. Let's take the current situation itself. The way the COVID is going, the businesses are shutting down, your job is not secure. And now let's say you need to buy a watch. Will you go and buy a Vado watch?
No, sir.
Or will you just go and buy a Titan watch? That's the logic, because they are into a premium product. Okay, premium product. Premium means high value, costlier than the regular products. So due to economic slump, Juno's target consumers are becoming increasingly price sensitive. So the customers are now thinking about spending that money. So that is why Melanie's argument is right, because now research and development division is becoming a weakness, because you're investing money in running that division. You're investing money in developing a product which may or may not sell. Okay, the word is may or may not sell, because the economic conditions are not good, right? So that is why Melanie's argument is right. Okay, it best supports Melanie's argument. Let's look at the wrong options. Juno operates in a legal environment where strict regulations are in place to protect intellectual property rights. So that's an advantage, isn't it? For you to invest in research and development, because whatever you develop is patented, it is protected. Okay, if somebody is copying that, you can claim damages. Okay, cell phones and laptops continue to generate high profit margins. Maybe not. Okay, we don't know, because it may not be a premium product. It could be a general cell phone, it could be a general laptop. The bulk of Juno's business comes from consumers who are identified as early adopters of technology. If you're an early adopter of technology, that means you will pay a premium to get that product. So whenever iPhone introduces a new product, people are willing to pay a premium. After 6 months, 1 year, you will find that the price of that product comes down. Okay, so if you're an early adopter of the technology, you are willing to pay the premium to get that product. So that is not Melanie's reasoning. Melanie's reasoning is because there's an economic slump and consumers are becoming price sensitive, and specifically target consumers. So here, as it is, the customers which you have are now thinking about spending money to buy your products. So that's the right answer. Everybody clear on what it is? The answer is what the logic is?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody? Okay. So let me give you some homework because we're almost running out of time. Okay, question number 13. Question number 13, please take a screenshot. Please confirm after you have taken. Done?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
Question number 14, it's on Porter's 5 forces. Question number 14. Taken? Done? Please confirm if you have taken the screenshot.
Yes.
Question number 18. BCG complex. Sorry, BCG matrix. Question number 18. Done? Everybody? Okay, that's it for today. We are done. So I've covered everything that was covered in the class. As far as possible, I've covered everything. Your question bank will have more questions on this topic. I would suggest that you practice the question bank questions. If you have any doubts or if you have any questions, please email me the question with the correct answer and I will provide you the explanation for that. Okay, so we are done with today's class. Any questions? I'm here for the next 5 minutes. If you have any questions. No questions? No questions, no doubts?
So one question from my side, sir. Yesterday, I mean, this BCG matrix you covered.
Yes.
So, so that I was not able to follow.
You're not able to understand. So if somebody's got the mic on, can you please mute your mic? There's a lot of echo. If you're not speaking, please mute your mic. Who's got the mic on?
Hello?
Mr. Venkatraman, can you please mute your mic? Sorry, who was asking me the question?
So, Amrish shares.
Amvish. Yes, Amvish, you will have to stay after the class for me to explain it to you separately.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Or you can log into the class maybe, today's what, Tuesday, 15 minutes early tomorrow, and I will
Okay.
explain it to you.
So
Which way
I'm
do you want?
I'm fine with either way, sir. I mean, the way you feel. I
You
can
tell
stay
me.
or maybe I can log in early tomorrow. It's either way.
You tell me how do you want it?
Okay, so I can stay, sir.
You can stay because I have 2 demo candidates. I need to talk to them first before I can answer your question.
Sure, sir.
It will
I'm
take.
fine with that.
You're fine? Okay, please
Yeah.
stay. Santosh, did you have a question? Is he gone? Santosh had raised his hand, so I don't know whether he had a
No,
question or
sir,
not.
all good. I just thought to answer, but I just saw that it's still up, so I just lowered my hand.
Ah, okay,
All good,
okay,
sir.
okay. Right.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good night, everyone. Stay safe, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.
Namaste, sir.
Oh yes, you can stay back, Prashant. You can stay back. If you have a question, please stay back. I will answer your questions after I've spoken to the 2 demo candidates. I will answer your questions. Twinkle, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Good evening. Let me
Good
introduce
evening, sir.
myself, and then you can introduce yourself. My name is Sanjay. I'm a BCom CMA. I have over 20 years of work experience, and I also teach. So I'm a faculty with Uplift. You have attended a demo class today. Do you have any questions on the demo class? Do you have any questions on CMA? Do you have any questions on the exam pattern? Anything that you want to ask me? Twinkle, I could hear you.
Hello. Sir, I feel, since I joined directly into the question answer round, so there were a lot of things I could relate to, but it actually needs some practice. We might have got the concepts clear, but until and unless we read thoroughly, I think if one reads thoroughly, so they can sail across.
Yes, that is true.
But I
So
think
what
the MCQ questions are a bit tricky. I wonder how the essay questions will be. If the
essay
MCQ
questions
questions are
essay questions are nothing but a combination of your MCQ questions. So if you're good in MCQ, you should be easy, good to do essays also. Essay is about how you convey your thoughts and your thinking, your reasoning and your thoughts. It is more about that. It is nothing but a combination of your MCQ questions. Okay, so they will give you some data. It will be a scenario, and then your questions, you will have 3 or 4 questions based on the scenario. They will ask you similar type of questions. Okay, so why do you think Joe should not invest in research and development? So you will have to give your explanation. The explanation will be very similar to what you saw in the MCQ answers. Okay, so that is how you will have to tackle. And there are practice questions of essay in your if you enroll, and when you get your contents, there are essay questions which you can use to practice. They give you model answers also. You can look through the model answers also and compare it with your answers to see how you wrote and what the model answers suggest, and you can practice that. So that's not an issue.
okay, sir. So, thank you for today's session. I found it quite enlightening because there was the crisscrossing thing. You read out every point, you select the options which are least suitable to it, you cross it out, and then focus on the ones which are left. So
Yes. So that is
that's
called a
something.
process. That is called as a method of elimination. Okay. So
Right.
you eliminate all the wrong answers first, and then focus on what are the possible answers. From that, you narrow it down. So you're able to narrow it down to 1 or 2 options, and then choose the right option. That is called the process of elimination.
Right, sir.
That's the strategy. That's one of the ways to crack the question. Right? What's your background, Twinkle?
Sir, currently I work as a procurement executive, but my background is in accounts itself. I'm currently pursuing PGDM in finance management.
Okay. And where are you based?
Sir, I'm based in Jamshedpur, Jharkhand.
Jharkhand. Okay. Do you have anything else? Do you have any other questions for me? Do you want to ask me anything?
Sir, I was wondering if I should take all the video lectures, or should I only go with the question bank, considering कि I feel कि मतलब almost all the topics which are there I have studied